It's a great morning for car watching here in Shinjuku City inside of Tokyo. And I just left the hotel. I didn't think I should start recording literally the second I step out of the hotel lobby. And an RX-7, a blue mint condition RX-7 drives by with a big old wing on the back. What are you gonna do? But we need to head over to the more busy streets where we're just gonna have a plethora of Japanese domestic cars that, man, it's a dream come true to be here, so let's get into it. Do see a ton of G-Wagons in Tokyo, which is kind of surprising. There is the Corolla Sports Touring that we can only dream about. We know we see that in Europe, but unfortunately we don't get it in North America. And then you have the Crown Taxi right behind it. Then behind that you have, of course, a hybrid Alphard. Now, that's an older one, but it's cool to see the ladder on the back as well. There's the bezel right there. Wish we had that well, it's called the HRV here, but so first look at the Velfire, well, Alphard. It's really hard to tell the difference between the two. We also have an LS cab. I've never seen an LS as a cab. Yesterday we rode in a Modelista Camry, but almost all the LSs that you see here are the hybrid models. So that one's actually the V8 hybrid, the 600 HL. Now, we're in Asia, so bikes are everywhere. Now, there are quite a few electric bikes here, which kind of surprised me. But what we see here is actually like a bike park. You pay the system and you can lock your bike in these little kiosks. Now, they use the Toyota Hiace vans for just about everything. I've seen quite a few ambulance and firefighting versions of them. There's another UX right here. But check out these awesome police versions. Well, these aren't the Toyota minivans, either the Nissan equivalent, but I just love how they use minivans for everything here as a Swiss Army knife. And there's the ambulance sort of vans I was talking about earlier, which look so cool. There's a special Crown Royal Saloon. Now, saloon is the same word for sedan, but Crown Royal wouldn't fly in North America as we know it's a whiskey. Now you see these strange lines on the sidewalk here. They're pretty much everywhere in Tokyo, and to my knowledge they're put in a few years back for people with the who can't see very well. So if you put your foot on it, you can feel the indentation, so you know you're going to be walking in a straight line. There's the fire department version of the Toyota Hiace over there. Look at how cool that is. I love it. We got a Velfire Alphard right there, but actually that's a Velfire, but in front of that was the Honda Step Wagon. That is a minivan. I've also seen some JDM Market Odysseys here, which are slightly bigger. And gosh, what is that Nissan over there? I don't think that's the Serena. It looks bigger than the Serena, but if you like sliding doors, which I do, they have it in every single segment here, from this K car coming our way, which it's a Mazda. Actually, I haven't hardly seen any Mazdas here in Tokyo. I've actually seen more MX-5s than any other Mazda. I think maybe seen a CX-3 and that K car minivan there, but Mazda is really very small here in Japan, it seems like. Looks like we have some historic building across the street. Look at that architecture, it's stunning. And so for the real big intersections as well, there are no crosswalks. It's just too crazy, too dangerous. So a lot of their crosswalks go up and around to get to the other side of the road. Now you see the LS turning here. This is something David Chow told me, is that look at the body kit on that RX, by the way. That might have been an RX 300. Not RX 300, if it is what I saw, probably have the 2.0 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder in it. But back to the turn signals, is that turn signals here in Japan all have to be amber, and so in North America I think they can be red or amber. That's a nice look at that Mitsubishi Delica right there. Saw the new Delica concepts at the Tokyo Auto Show, or the Japan Mobility Show, the other day, and it's one of the highlights of the show for me. You guys, obviously I'm a minivan lover. Good look at that Crown as well. That said something else. It almost looked like it said Super Saloon on the back. But speaking of Crown, we got the new Crown coming around the edge here. There was an exhibit here of all the Crown models, but that happened earlier in October, and it was just 2 days. I think it was October 6th and 7th at the Roppongi Hills. Wasn't able to make it, but luckily I got a chance to see the Crown Sport as well as the Crown Sedan. But the Crown Estate, we're just gonna have to wait for it to be revealed in North America next month, LA Auto Show. But honestly, where I'm standing right now, this is a car spotting dream. With all the traffic that's going by, I feel like I might stay here for a little bit, catch the morning sun, and start my day off right. CHR now, they also come in hybrids in many parts of the world. Most of the CHRs I see here are these hybrids. So check out that body kit on there. Probably Modelista would be my guess. We're at this huge city center here in Shinjuku City. Like, look at the anime up on the boards. It's just insane. And yesterday I saw at the auto show essentially a Gundam. I don't know what's going on here in Japan, but they're staying true. They're trying to make the anime come to reality, which I'm all about. If you look up, that's where we have the Godzilla. I wonder if Godzilla knows where all the cool cars are. Here we have another Volvo. So Volvo actually has a pretty big presence here. I saw the showroom floor with all the electric cars downtown Tokyo. So make sure to walk around the EX30 fully electric, tiny like subcompact SUV. But look what we have, our first Land Cruiser J200 series in front of us. It is not that common to see the Land Cruisers here, even though they are built here. Oh, look at the Harrier. Look at the Harrier behind the Bellfire. This is well, it's a vibrator room, so you never know what you're gonna find. You really have to keep your eyes peeled and be hyper aware of everything, because every little alley is just filled with shops, filled with unexpected. Oh man, look at these wheels too. This is a ZX model. Look at this quad tip exhaust that we have back here. It's a gorgeous Land Cruiser here in Shinjuku City. We got the new Toyota Harrier as well. Same thing as the Venza stateside. Watch my review that I just did on the Venza. Are there any differences on the exterior that I can see? No. It has the same 19-inch wheels as our, I think, was it the XLE and the limited model. So pretty much it looks exactly the same. The chrome on the door handles though might be something new. Got a 4Runner over there. 4Runners are no longer sold in Japan, but check out this cute Daihatsu. Got an Outlander plug-in hybrid, and you see a ton of these new taxi cabs. Now they're only about 3 or 4 years old at this point, maybe 2019. So when they came out right before the Tokyo Olympics, and it retired a lot of the Crown taxi cabs. All the new taxi cabs are hybrid, and I don't know the system in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 1.8 liter. I've been riding in them all the time. Just haven't, I mean, there's no really way for me to ask what kind of engine, but it has to be the 1.8 liter, which would be absolutely perfect for the environment here in the cities. So those things are probably getting 45 miles per gallon with a 1.8 liter hybrid. Check out this beautiful shrine. Now I know very little of the Shinto Buddhist cultural backgrounds here, as well as the religious traditions, but we have people walking up to the shrine up there. They're dropping coins in it, pausing to set their intentions, their prayers, which is very similar to how I grew up. As a Catholic, we would have candles that you put money in the little coin box next to the candle. You light the candle, wait a little bit, say your prayer, and leave that candle burning. So it's a very similar sort of ritual here going on in Japan. Right next to the shrine, we have new construction going on, and construction here in Japan is very tidy. You hardly ever see a work site or any workers inside that work site. It's typically blocked off with barriers that are very clean. They're like graffiti resistant. Can't even put a marker on them. Ooh, we might have an e-bike shop over here. Got a brand new IS over here as it goes by. Hopefully the bus doesn't take it up. I've hardly seen any ISs here in Japan. We're gonna go under the model billboard here of these very feminine looking men here, but you know, people like that over here, I guess. So we have 4 different vending machines here. They all essentially do the same thing. They all have drinks in them. Vending machines are in every single corner, and even they're just everywhere. There's thousands upon thousands of vending machines. Cool thing is, you get these apps on your phone. You just tap your phone to here. It'll automatically charge you, bill you. You press the button. I've had not this coffee. Which coffee was it? It might have been this coffee, but it's really small. This is the coffee. I'll put an image of it down below. It's absolutely delicious. Now, for the most part, when you're walking in Tokyo, it's very, very quiet. People typically don't talk when they're walking. They don't pick up their phone. It's also considered a bit unclean or tacky to drink while you're walking. So you don't see really anyone with Starbucks in their hands as you would see in America. So it's a very peaceful experience when you're walking around in Japan. Really the only things making noise most of the time are the loud billboards or sometimes the loud cars, but for the most part the cars are very, very quiet here as well. Yeah, people are drinking already. It's 10 o'clock here. Smoke and alcohol reeks of this alleyway. I'm in Big Camera right now. It's a huge department store where you can buy any electronic, toys, beauty products, cleaning supplies, sometimes appliances as well. And stumbled upon a random assortment of life-size Lego builds from Star Wars to Elsa and Anna. I'm sure the girls are gonna get a kick out of these. Tons of model cars here from the 2000 GT, the Jimny. Now these are all kits where you assemble them. Not unlike the vending machine Jimny that I had. This is much, much bigger, far more parts than we had in that vending machine Jimny. But we even have the Chuino A86 down there, and RX-7, R34, some of the newer cars as well, like the BRZ or the newer Toyota 86 370Z. So this is just a haven here for model cars. Typical Hot Wheel affair, but you're gonna see some more of these crazy vans. Of course, down below, look at this assortment. I mean, I saw the LFA here the other day. That's pretty sick. I might get that for somebody, but there's a lot of cool cars here, a lot of cool model cars that do a little Land Cruiser action as well. We have a GR Corolla down here at the bottom. I'm gonna see if that's available. We also have the Z. You have the Honda E, like I said, the Land Cruiser. Tons of K cars. Oh, the little Nissan Sakura. I might try to get that. I did a walk around at the motor show with that. Look at the Nismo kitted out Z up at the top. I got an Alphard back there as well. What do we, oh, is that a Nissan? Oh, so we have a Mazda CX-70 up there too. Didn't expect that. And they have some really new models. A lot of these cars just come out. Aria's up there at the top. I saw a Crown Athlete somewhere around here, which is a rare car. This is a car I really appreciate here. This is the Notara. I think it's really cool, especially if you see with body kits. It's got the RCF back there. We have the new FL5 Type R2, Supra, some Ferraris, of course. What do we have? WRX. Not sure if that's an ST. I don't think so. Would they have different WRX variants here? The movie cars from Disney, that sort of stuff. And over here we have some more, but I really want this LFA Nürburgring, but I don't see it available. Also have maybe some GTRs, NSXs here at the bottom. F40, I actually saw possibly my first F40 ever yesterday at the Tokyo Mobility Show. Got some cool McLaren stuff, that looks like was that a Diablo up there, the yellow one. Also R34 Coupe, looking amazing. Look at this commercial. It's almost like the Pinewood Derby, the downhill racing. You guys were a Boy Scout for a little bit growing up. So silly. Now most of these car prices, about 400 yen. Off the top of my head, that's probably like $3, or maybe a little over $3. So not a bad deal here for these cars. Look at these cute RC cars. We have the GR Sport Land Cruiser. Out racing the H2. Of course they would have beat it in a race. Here are the vans that I was talking about today. We saw them earlier this morning. how they make other minivans, their police and fire vehicles. This is so amazing. More of them. NSX police car. GTR, we'll see. Well, it's Sylvia. I mean, it looks like a GTR at first, but yeah, Sylvia, Supra, all of these are like police car versions. Good luck outrunning these guys. We're in a boutique model car, miniature car shop called Ken Box here in downtown Tokyo, and the amount of variety we have in this store is pretty overwhelming. I've got some good buys though that I'll show you in a little bit, but look at all these amazing vehicles. I mean, I could spend hours in here. So far I'm the only person in here, so it's great to be able to record and give you guys a brief glimpse. Here's some RX-7s and NSXs. Look at the price tag, 28,000, 33,000 yen. Guys, that's about $200 for these small replicas. I mean, the detail is 787, that one Le Mans for Mazda. That is a really cool replica car as well. Oh, right here. We got a Pikachu that I'm getting for my kids. It's super cute. I don't even know what this car is based off of. Is this a Suzuki? It's very, very cute, very cute. And then we're also gonna get a FJ Cruiser. We got a Supra Mark IV LFA. Now, LFAs are really hard to find. I didn't see it in the bigger stores. So it's great to see this here. It's a black one. I like the yellow one, but I couldn't find one. I'm trying to find an MX-5. There's just not a lot of MX-5. There's a Land Cruiser. Just had a Nissan Fuga pass us. If you're not familiar with what a Fuga is, oh look, Infiniti is also not even sold here. Because I was going to talk about the Fuga. The Fuga is the discontinued Infiniti Q70 sedan. And I saw my very first Fuga here, so that was pretty cool. But also, if you see an Infiniti here on the streets, it's one of two things. It's actually an import, because like even though they make most Infinitis here, they export them and then they bring them back in. Oh guys, we have a Century up here. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, look at this. I've only seen a couple Centuries since I've been here. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. But back to Infiniti, I saw a Skyline, but it was rebadged as an Infiniti Q50. So they changed the badges on it, from the Nissan badge to the Infiniti badge. And they put a body kit on it. It was quad tip exhaust, something you would never see on a factory Q50 back in the States. So there's just endless amounts of customization. You know, the car market, should I say the enthusiast market, the tuner market, customization market in the United States, North America, slowly dying. But here in Japan, it's interesting because culturally, people don't really like to stand out. They like to blend in. It's part of just Japanese culture. But when it comes to their cars, I don't know if it's because they're hiding behind a veil or what's going on, but they show a lot of individuality through their vehicles, which is definitely a part of the culture here. Get that in America. Honda doesn't even offer the Odyssey as a hybrid stateside, so that's quite frustrating. I saw the Odyssey, didn't think of anything of it. I just know that's I think they make either make them here or they make them in China, but I think they're being discontinued for the Japanese market, which is a bit sad because vans do so well here. But it's a tough market to be in. You can see everything is essentially a van. Even the taxi cabs are essentially vans. It's quite amazing. Scroll across there. If you looked at the front, it had that hybrid front end that we just got in the United States. There's a newer Crown that shares a lot with the old, actually there's two of them. Shares a lot with the Lexus GS. There's a Corolla Sports Touring. There's a, well, they call it the Prius Alpha, which I think is the Prius V stateside. Look at this cute Nissan. What's that, Serena? Yeah, Serena. Super cute. There's a new Yaris over there. That one's a hybrid. I think you can also get them in naturally aspirated non-hybrid. The Crown Majesta that just passed us. Honestly, there's no shortage of, it's just amazing car. I could probably spend 20 minutes in this lot looking at these cute vans. We also have a Prius down there. Look like a new Noah or Voxy as well. Not sure what the front end of this is. It's a Nissan. That's the competitor to the Alphard. Always forget the name of it. Elegante or something like that. I'll fix that in post, but oh, it's an L Grand. There you go. I already fixed it. It's an L Grand. And Porsche's actually really big here. I was not expecting that, but there's two of them right in a row. Doesn't really surprise me because we know, or at least I figured out fairly recently, there's Mercedes-Benz that Lexus is not considered an elite luxury brand. And so you see so many German automakers here that just soak up that luxury market. When I was in the mini car toy store, it's hard for me to say. Oh, look at that Delica looking nasty. Look at the fat wheels on it. But the owner of that Ken Box toy store, she said her husband drives a Lexus RX, like a 2022, and she drives a French car, a DS4. I haven't even seen any DS4s. Now, I have seen quite a few Renaults down here. Renault even had a booth at the Tokyo Motor Show. There are hardly any foreign automakers at the Tokyo Motor Show. I don't think Porsche was there, which is surprising since I've seen so many. But I have seen quite a few. Like I said, Mercedes-Benz was at the show, BMW was at the show. You also had Renault, they were at the show. And BYD was maybe the fourth automaker. Look at this guy. This is a hybrid. The closest thing I could compare this to would be like a wagon Camry. It's called the Pro Box. Looks really, really neat. Now Nissan has a version called the NV150, which I think is discontinued. Kind of looks like a lengthened Toyota Matrix. There's a new Aqua across. Now we followed the new Aqua for a little bit when we were taking the cab. It was the GR Sport Aqua, which I have a huge soft spot for. Now we used to get the Aqua in America. It was called the Prius C. That's always been the Aqua here. It is essentially a mini Prius. Oh, we got some Ducati action going on. Maybe a Yamaha, or sorry, a Kawasaki even folding up the rear there. But yeah, quite a few motorbikes, tons of e-bikes, tons of bicycles. Like when you have this many people, it's impossible not to see a little bit of everything. So it's just a bit of an overload, but there's again a Corolla Sports Touring. It makes for the walks here. Even if you get a little hot at time, a little sweaty, it doesn't matter. You're not focused on that. You're focused on seeing crazy stuff like an L Grand. And now that's a special one that says something star on it. So there's all sorts of different packages and trim levels that we would never see, of course, in the United States. Look at that aqua green Toyota. We almost saw that aqua green, gosh, on the Prius C and the Prius, the standard Prius. Really like that seafoam color. Oh, there's another Century over there. Like, it's just unreal. Now there's a site that looks like home, previous generation Lexus RX. I have seen quite a few current generation RXs here, the 5th gen. Even one in the Copper Crest. Of course, they don't call it Copper Crest here. I don't know what Sonic Cop, who knows? I don't know why Lexus gives everything a different name depending on the country it's sold, but it's just the way it is. A little 4Runner action. Who knows what it's actually called? It could be like a Hilux Surf or something. It is right-hand drive, so it's not like imported into the country, but it does look pretty awesome. I can't tell. I think that was a Lexus LS, but it had a body kit on it, so I thought it was a GS at first, but I think it was an LS 460 F Sport, but it could have been a hybrid as well. Speaking of hybrid, another, oh wait, was that like a Modelista body kit? I know there's more than Modelista body kits. That could be a TRD body kit. Looking pretty nice over there. Oh, there's a Mazda hatchback, a Mazda 3 hatchback. First time I've seen the Mazda 3 hatchback here. I've seen a Mazda 3 sedan maybe about 15-20 minutes ago. Cute original Mini there. Perfect car for Japan. You gotta like be making sure you're walking in a straight line because people haul ass on their bicycles on the sidewalks. I haven't seen one person get ran over yet. I think it's because most people know you should walk in a straight line here. Everyone here seems to be pretty good drivers as well. I haven't really seen any accidents. When I've been in the cabs, I would say, let's say I've taken 10 cabs, only one experience. Not that they're a bad driver, they just weren't a consistent speed driver, so they're always in and out of the gas pedal, which can cause nausea if the car's torquey enough. But it was one of the taxi cabs, so it was just kind of like the engine kicking on and off all the time since it's a hybrid. But like I said, no accidents. The only accident I did see, if I can find a picture of it, was a Alphard that got high centered. I don't know if it was doing a U-turn or what. It got high centered on a huge concrete median, kind of like the one you see right there. So for the most part, no accidents despite all this traffic and all these people. It's pretty impressive, to be honest. These pink trucks that you see all over the place, they're recycling trucks. So a lot of these businesses will set out crates of beer bottles or empty kegs, things of that nature, and these pink trucks come along and clean them up and get them ready for the next cycle. There's an NX up here, new generation, so it's a 2020, it's a 2022 or newer. I'm not 100% sure on the powertrains here. I've seen a 350h. I have seen, I don't know if I've seen a 350. I think maybe I've seen a 300. But this one is actually the 350, the 2.4 liter turbo, all-wheel drive F-Sport. This might have been the same one we saw earlier, because it does have that more aggressive body kit on it on the bottom. I really like it. So in the front lip here, you have that extra piece at the bottom that's definitely not from the factory, or at least not in America anyways. Here's something that really caught my eye. Look at this crown here, absolutely stunning. With the so this is the Crown Max, a hybrid Max, more than likely, because it has the huge black wheels in it. Those are 21s. I like that two-tone with the black, which I think is how it comes in America. But notice the roof isn't the two-tone, which looks better like this. Now the back has a chrome piece, and we have that body kit, those side skirts on the side, and then also of course that front lip there. It looks actually really sick. I don't know what to think about the Crown stateside, especially I don't like it in two-tone. But if our Crowns came from the factory looking like that, to me it looks like a GR Sport Crown. It is a piece of art actually, and completely redeems the Crown. I think it even could potentially look better than the Crown Estate. Wow. Here's something cool as well. You see this NX up here? It's handicap license plate on it, but look at the quad tip exhaust. And this is a hybrid. That's the thing. Like in America, when you get hybrids, they remove all the exhaust tips on them. Well, look at this modification. Obviously that's not from the factory, but that just looks so cool. Of course you got the side, it's a chick driving it too. She's got freaking style, man. Of course it's got the triple beams, and you see the crescendo turn signals there, the flashers. Man, that is also custom. I don't believe those are from the factory here. I wouldn't be surprised if you get them done at the dealer though. But yeah, the crescendo turn signals is pretty popular here, to be honest. I saw an RX previous generation, so like a 2020 with those sequential, I guess you could call them sequential turn signals that looked really sharp. Don't know why Lexus doesn't do more of that, but I guess they leave it up to the custom market here in Japan.